Hey team, today I'm here to talk to you about the value of getting out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone. We do love spending time in our comfort zone, and that's because it feels safe there and it feels comfortable, and we love that feeling. So what is it that makes a comfort zone? Well, in psychology we talk about three key ingredients. The first is your comfort zone is somewhere that's familiar to you. You've been here before, you know how it works. The second key ingredient is that it's somewhere where you feel a sense of control. In other words, you know how to make stuff happen, you know how to get stuff done, and you feel confident that you can do it, that you can do what's required of you in your comfort zone. And with that sense of competence comes a sense of confidence. I've got this. And the third ingredient that comprises your comfort zone is that it's relatively low demands. That means it doesn't ask a lot of you. It doesn't require a lot of your energy or a lot of your attention. In fact, your comfort zone is the kind of place where you can dial it in a bit. And we love our comfort zones, we really do. In fact, a lot of us spend much longer in our comfort zones than is useful for us. For example, a lot of us will spend longer in the wrong job than is useful for us. We know it's not the right job, but at least it's familiar and predictable and we feel a sense of control and it doesn't ask a whole heap, so we stay there for longer than is useful for us. Alternatively, a lot of us will know people or personally experience being in the wrong relationship for longer than we should have. And you know it's not the right one, but at least you know how it works, at least it's familiar to you. What I want to talk to you about today is the power of getting out of that comfort zone, of getting into this zone here that we call the stretch zone. So how does it feel to be in the stretch zone, to be out of that comfort zone? Well, I'll tell you, it feels uncomfortable, right? That's the definition of it. You feel a little bit vulnerable because it's uncertain, it's not familiar to you. You don't feel guaranteed to get the outcomes you desire. And on that basis, it places demands on you. You have to pay a lot more attention. You have to concentrate. It's interesting because now everyday language we talk about stress as if it's a negative. Oh no, don't be stressed. Oh, stress, got to avoid that. Whereas actually in psychology, stress is anything that places a demand on you, consumes your emotional and psychological energy. And this places a demand. It's stressful. But that stress, that's not a threat to be avoided. That is a challenge to be embraced. Because that stress, that uncertainty, that vulnerability, that's what growth feels like. Growth doesn't feel familiar and predictable and easy. And the benefit of getting out of your comfort zone is that's actually how you expand your comfort zone. That's how you grow and develop as a person. But it takes a little bit of courage to get out of your comfort zone because it's easier to stay in there. But the cool thing about that courage is it's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets and the easier it is to use. And who doesn't want a greater capacity to do what's right and true rather than what's easy and convenient? And that's what courage gives you that capacity. I'll tell you, one of the things we often focus on to the wrong extent in society is being confident. Oh, be confident. If you're waiting till you feel confident before you get out of your comfort zone, you're going to be on the spectator seats of life. The way you get confidence is by having the courage to take action even though there's uncertainty. Confidence is a byproduct of courage. And what I want to tell you is that you need to be deliberately getting out of that comfort zone in order to grow and develop. In fact, here's the formula for growth. Stress, and that's the stress associated with being out of your comfort zone, being in the unfamiliar, plus recovery equals growth. That's how you grow as a person, by getting out of your comfort zone, expose yourself to that stress. But you do need to return to your comfort zone to recover, to have some time off, to make sure you can recuperate and regain the energy you need in order to really grow and develop and to cope with stress and pressure. And the problem is if you don't give yourself that opportunity to recover, you end up in this other area here, which is the terror zone. This is not where the magic happens. This is where the stress and pressure you're experiencing are prompting fight, flight, and freeze. They're getting reactions from you. You're at risk of burnout. So here's the challenge I put to your team. Get out of your comfort zone. Choose to embrace that feeling of uncertainty, vulnerability, anxiety as growth. That's what growth feels like. But make sure that you're deliberate and disciplined about your recovery so that the stress and the recovery will equal growth. Oh, one thing I should say before we sign off, because I think, I mentioned relationships earlier, and then I'm telling you to get out of your comfort zone. I'm a bit worried that some of you might watch this and then tell your significant other to go pack their bags because I'm getting out of my comfort zone. Pack your bags. Whereas actually you're in a perfectly good relationship. To give you an idea, they did a survey a few years ago now of people in long-term relationships, and what they found is if 2 nights a week you're asking yourself before bed, what on earth am I doing with this person? What on earth am I doing with this person? You're in a normal relationship. Don't go getting out of your comfort zone. All right, team, you've got this. Aroha nui, big love.